and welcome. We are tonight live in the Siemens Arena in Lithuania, where we've come on the biggest better tour of 2011. And the format, as ever, remains the same. 8 fighters from a mix of disciplines line up against each other in a knockout series. 3 rounds each fight. The winner of the event, the last man standing at the end of the night. And here's a reminder of some of the previous winners of this last 6 events. Some of the names and faces you might recognize: Bredis, Mazikin, Panov, Bakurin, Felin and Konstantin Eirik, who's in your picture. It was the boxers who prevailed last time we were in Lisbon a couple of months ago, when Konstantin Eirik took home the check for $15,000 at the end of the night. Well, the aim for these guys is not only to win this event, but to get to the super final, which will be in December of this year, when all the winners of all the events will gather on one big night to find out who is bigger and who is the best. So there we are, as we said, in the Siemens Arena here in Lithuania. And let's go and join our man in the middle, Jean-Philippe Lustig, who will be introducing the events tonight.
Su manim šį vakarą yra svečias iš Prancūzijos, Jean-Philippe Lustig. Hello, Jean.
Hello, Mia.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Achu, Mia. Thank you, Mia.
Oh, you are speaking in Lithuanian language?
No, I'm sorry, I don't speak any Lithuanian language. Ne atsiprašau ask, ne kalbu lietuviškai.
That's nice.
Thank you, Mia. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Vilnius at the Siemens Arena in Lithuania, live on EuroSport. Bigger's Better Incorporated, in collaboration with Elgis Klimis, present the one and only boxing tournament with 8 men from different schools of fighting. A victory without danger is a triumph without glory. Tonight, the winner takes all. Ladies and gentlemen, is bigger better?
Right then, let's get a look then at the competitors who will be taking center stage tonight. Alongside for the rides is Richie Woodall. We've seen a couple of these, and I mean, let's not make any bets about it. These guys aren't top 10 in the world or even in Europe, but for what it is, this is all about the event. 8 guys out there tonight, and the winner takes home quite a decent check.
Yeah, it's an exciting tournament, to be quite honest, and there's a very mixed bunch here tonight, very inexperienced, but I think what we've learned from watching these type of competitions before, you've got to just hold back a little bit in terms of your endurance. It's a, you know, you could be having 3 fights to win this tournament, so you can't just go blasting off in that first contest, because you've got to save a little bit and hopefully get through to the final where you obviously win it.
They've got on board actually one of the legendary names in boxing as a coach, Don Turner as a consultant. We don't exactly know what he consults on, but you know, he's been involved in putting together some of these matches, so let's hope that he's managed to put together a good event here for us tonight.
Number 7, live from the Siemens Arena in Vilnius, Lithuania. The first fighter from Stockholm, Sweden, is a world full contact champion, 1 m 95 kilos. Ladies and gentlemen, Tofan Pirani.
Šimto 86 centimetrų, 130 kilogramų, 24 metų kickboksininkas iš Danijos, Mourad Рэйд.
From Gomel, 286 amateur fights, 253 won, 1 m 94, 100 kilo. He's from Gomel, Aleksejus Krichanouski.
Centimetrų, 97 kilogramų, 26 metų kickboksininkas ir boksininkas iš Lenkijos Tomas Sararas.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Lithuania, he's a kickboxer, 1 m 88, 96 kilos, Sergey Maslobuyev.
Metro 78 centimetrų, 97 kilogramų, 27 metų, 9 kartus Rumunijos čempionas, boksininkas iš Rumunijos, Konstantin Beženeru.
And now from Krivin, Ukraine. 11 knockout in 13 wins, for only 2 losses. He's a great fighter. 1 m 94, 107 kilos, Maskim Petura.
Metro 85 centimetrų, 98 kilogramų, gimęs Turkijoje, šiuo metu gyvena Vokietijoje, boksininkas Ozdzan Četinkaya.
Thank you, Mia. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
So the fighters are just making their way out at the moment to get prepared for the first bout then of the night, which will pitch together the two boxers, perhaps the two best boxers, Petura of the Ukraine against Četinkaya of Turkey.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the first quarterfinal of Bigger's Better number 7, live from Vilnius, Lithuania. With In the blue corner, 33 years old. He is a boxer coming from Ukraine. Maxim Pedura. And now, in the red corner,
So he can't take him, so he can't take him down, but I won't tell you it's a good shot. So we know. You're the one who needs to well, I'm just telling you.
33 years old. He is a boxer coming from Kassel, Germany, but grew up in Turkey. Ladies and gentlemen, Ozdzan Çetinkaya.
The preliminaries are over then. These are, as we said, two of the best boxers here tonight. 3 rounds it is.
Referee of all time. He's coming from New Jersey, USA. Please welcome Mr. Steve Smoker.
And he's been around a bit as well, hasn't he, Steve Smoker?
Yeah, he has. I think he's refereed many world title fights in the States. He's quite an experienced referee.
Well, so Pedura then in the red trunks. 34 years of age now, Pedura. 13-2-1 in his boxing career. But his career has taken him in other directions as well. Kickboxing, Thai boxing. He's done a bit of MMA as well.
Number 7.
And his last fight back in July of this year, he fought a draw, unanimous draw against Kubrat Pulev in Munich in Germany. So he's a useful operator, this guy. And up against him, Çetinkaya, who was in the last Biggest Better event. We saw him fight against Konstantin Ayric. But this is what this event's about, isn't it? I mean, there's no standing on ceremony. Get out, knock him out.
Well, you've only got 3 rounds, haven't you? So these fellas are really going for it straight away. I remember Çetinkaya in the last Biggest Better tournament, and he was fairly decent. He has got a thump on him, so to speak. But he's up against a big man here in Pedura, who's very tall, and so Çetinkaya, he should be looking to land that right hand over the top, because Pedura's got those low hands, hasn't he, as he's coming forward.
Yeah, he's doing just exactly it. Well, that looked like a rabbit punch then from Pedura, hitting on the back of the head, and he very nearly knocked him down on the floor. And there you can see the referee telling him to get more upright here. But again, you can't see that big looping right hand. Oh, and he staggered Pedura there.
There's that right hand over the top. That's the shot he should be looking for here. Çetinkaya. It's not a bad uppercut though from Pedura there.
I was going to say, in normal circumstances, you'd expect when you Pedura to come out, assume control in the centre of the ring and just get to work behind his jab and then build himself into the fight.
Yeah.
But like as you said, 3 rounds, there's no time for any of that.
Well, I mean,
again,
look,
come on,
referee. Yeah, he's an experienced ref, so he won't be having any of that nonsense. Those rabbit punches there. But Pedura, yeah, long arms, powerful man, keeps coming forward. Obviously fancies it on the front foot. But there's that right uppercut as well. That wasn't a bad shot.
Yeah, staggered him a bit then, Çetinkaya. Both these two have been fairly active over the last couple of years, so they're not coming off long periods of inactivity. So after that frantic start for that opening 2 minutes, that left hook again staggered Çetinkaya. The big right hand nearly catches him.
Çetinkaya here, Tim, he's got to keep his head up. I mean, sometimes he's actually looking at the floor. That's a little bit better for him as he comes back. But when he's under attack, he keeps his guard up, but he's just looking at the floor.
Yeah.
Swinging wildly. He needs to look at that opponent, his target area more.
And he has fought at a reasonable level, Četinkaya. When you look back down the history, I mean, he's fought at for a national title back in Germany, and he went the distance with a guy called Pedro Carrion. Well, after a shaky start where Četinkaya put him under pressure, he's begun to dominate more Pedura as we come to the close of round one.
End of round one.
Well, the game plan was clearly come out and try and catch Pedura stone cold. And he did catch him early on with a couple of decent shots.
He's just swinging wildly there, isn't he, Četinkaya? He's not even looking at the target. If any of those shots do connect, then they might do some damage, but believe you me, you've got to keep looking at your opponent. Pedura, on the other hand, he did well in that round. He switched that attack to the body a couple of times. He brought the uppercut through as well. He worked well with his straight shots. That's a bit naughty. But it was his round, Pedura's round. And Četinkaya, he may falling short with his attacks. So Pedura there got that opening round.
Well, his big moment, I think, in the last couple of years was a fight against Aleksejus Stankevicius in Ukraine. He fought for the European Boxing Association heavyweight title. It was the nearest thing he's come to fighting for a title, but he was taken out in 5 on that night by Ustinov.
Yeah, before that, he'd won his first 12, hadn't he, Pedura? Yeah. So he looked a good prospect, but he came unstuck against Ustinov.
And they're all big KOs. They're all KOs. There's all big stoppages from Pedura. There's that uppercut that you talked about in the first round, just breaking through the guard of Četinkaya.
Pedura, he's very confident on that front foot, but I'll tell you, if Četinkaya is just a little bit more accurate with his punches, he could land a good shot here against Pedura, because as Pedura is coming forward, look how low his hands are, his chin's in the air. He's very confident, but Četinkaya, his head's too low, and he should, as I say, be looking at that target.
Minute of the second gone. Remember, just 3 rounds. First attempt to the big right hand from Četinkaya in round 2. But again, he's feeling a bit more wary about launching these flailing attacks, because he was taking quite a bit of punishment coming back his way from Pedura, who's now doing what he thought he might have done from the opening bell, which is just assume control and command and just dominate now.
I mean, Četinkaya, his problem is he's a little bit too far away when he launches that right hand. He can't get past the long jab of Pedura, and he's trying to counter-attack. He's trying to beat Pedura to the punch, but he's falling short, and Pedura is quite accurate with that jab, and he's keeping Četinkaya at arm's length.
Well, there'll come a moment, and it will be relatively soon, when Četinkaya is going to have to throw caution to the wind and do a bit more of what he was doing in the opening half minute, but he's got a lot of energy. Doubles again that overhand left this time, follows it up with a right and a left hook again. He's trying to work to the body here. Bit of success for Četinkaya.
Yeah, a little bit better. He actually stepped in, didn't he? Got closer to his opponent, threw a good left hook. That's given him some encouragement. He caught Pedura there. But again, look, his head's down. He's got to start blocking that jab, or even slipping it. Slip the jab and then throw that right hand over the top. But it's a better round for Četinkaya.
Final half minute. And he's ending it in the strongest position at the moment. But he looks as if he's just about beginning to run out of energy here. He's blowing a bit.
It's just that simple left jab, isn't it, from Pedura again? That just keeps the distance between himself. I'll tell you what, the bell's gone. I had 10 seconds on the clock there, so I don't know what the timekeeper's playing at.
Yeah, I think he did him a bit of a favour there. They were both blowing a bit at the end of that round.
I'll tell you what, though, Tim, I think that's evened it up a little bit. I thought Četinkaya did enough in that second round to win that.
Let's have another look at some of the better punches, the better action of that second round. It was Pedura who started off in control, but he got worn down as the fight went on, ran out of energy, and this was Četinkaya's spell.
he's throwing everything but the kitchen sink here. Just going for it, isn't he? Četinkaya. But not a lot landing, but he was coming forward. And for me, he may have just won that round.
But they could be back out fairly soon. These the quarterfinals, the semi-final and a final to come.
Ladies and gentlemen, big
Well,
applause for the
Četinkaya up first.
Round 3.
Trečias raundas.
Touch gloves then at the start of the third. Clear instruction from the referee. There was none of that Mayweather-Ortiz larking around then.
No.
Now, is he actually going to find a way through one of these big right hands? That's the punch that looks as if it's the one that carries the most weight for Četinkaya. It's fallen, well, pretty well short so far.
Well, he's got to go for it now, Četinkaya. He'd probably won a piece in terms of the rounds, but Četinkaya's now, he's got to get to his man. He's got to be looking to force him back onto the ropes and just restrict his movement. Pedura's just got to keep his opponent on the end of that jab, mainly box at long range, keep the gap between himself, which I think he's doing. And so, two boxers with totally two different agendas.
Well, maybe he's going to do it, time it just enough to impress the judges, come on strong in the final minute.
That's where he's got to get Pedura. That corner, we're on the ropes.
And again, falling short, Pedura, even with his jab, he does look as if he's run out of energy. And it's Četinkaya that's certainly got more left in the tank at this moment.
He didn't seem to recover, did he, from that second round when Četinkaya caught him with that left hook and really started to pour on the pressure. He hasn't really recovered since then, and he looks to be tiring now, Pedura. But again, just sticking that jab out, Četinkaya has got to go for it, Tim, here.
He's thrown enough of those big swinging overhand rights. None of them again. There was two just a second or so ago that fall way short of the target. There goes another one. But that's where he wants him, in at close quarters. That's where he's tried to get in this round. He's got a minute left. Who's going to produce the more eye-catching final 60 seconds here in the opening bout?
There's that shot from Četinkaya again. He hasn't landed with that right hand over the top yet, but he's coming close. Another one. Oh, if ever they land, I mean, he'll knock the fella out, but just swinging wildly. And he's taking so much out of himself, literally, because he's missing the target. And any fighter would tell you, it's all right trying to land those big shots, but if you miss the target, oh, it takes a lot out of you.
Well, it looks as if he might have done just enough. He might have just outlasted the bigger man, Pedura.
Oh, nice little right uppercut there from Pedura.
Final 10 seconds. Don't forget, you can also vote to keep one of the defeated in for the next contest. Bigger's Better 8. So if you go online now onto the EuroSport website, the Bigger's Better website, then you can do that. Now, interesting, Pedura's arms went straight up in the air. I think it might be a bit closer than that.
Yeah, I think Pedura has just done enough in that last round to nick it 2 rounds to 1.
Yeah, didn't have quite the same level of success in the final minute of that third round, did he?
No, his best round was the first round. But again, swinging wildly there, Četinkaya, missing the target.
Well, if he thought he was going to be in for a stroll to the end of the evening in about an hour and a half's time and walk out with a big fat check, then he's had something of a rude awakening. He had to work a bit harder than he thought, I think, Pedura. So, who's it going to be then on the opening bout of this night? Pedura in the red or Četinkaya?
By split decision in this first quarterfinal, Split decision. The winner is, in the blue corner, Maski Pedura.
Well, it was very close indeed. A split decision did it in the end. We'll be happy just to be on his way through. And if you liked Четинкая and his performance, then get online and vote, and you'll see him again in Bigger's Better 8. If he wins the vote, that is. Now, next up, Maslobiev against Bejinaru. You can see as we move toward the semi-finals. And as we said, it was the boxers that won out in the previous version. Konstantin Arik.
And now, ready for the second quarterfinal. The referee is still Mr. Steve Smoger. In the blue corner, 26 years old, is the 24 years old, I'm sorry, is the youngest of the tournaments. He is a kickboxer, 96 kilos, coming from Klaipėda, Lithuania. Sergei Maslobiev.
So here he comes in, Sergei Maslobiev of Lithuania. And he's had varying degrees of success in a multitude of different events over the years. World Kickboxing Heavyweight Champion, that was at the WKA back in 2007. Had a Baltic title. About at light heavyweight in Muay Thai, that was also in 2007. And picked up a national title earlier on this year. Also performed in MMA. He's the MMA light heavyweight champion. He had some year in 2007, because that's when all his success has come. And he was the Lithuanian champion in 2009.
One of the most famous trainers of the history of boxing, Mr. Don Turner.
Don Turner, he'll like that. I think he's the same guy. I think he was the guy that called him Apron Pryor.
Yeah.
In the red corner, 27 years old, 97 kilos. He is a 9 times national champion. He is a boxer. He is coming from Bacău, Romania. Konstantin Bejinaru.
Well, he had a big amateur career, Bejinaru, fighting over 150 or so fights. Won various national titles, European titles as an amateur. It'll be interesting to see how he copes with Maslobiev, because as you saw Don Turner in his corner, and he's been training up at Big Bear Lake in California, up in altitude. He's been preparing for 6 weeks, or so he said, with his trainer, a guy called Emil Sanchez. So he's obviously taking it quite seriously, and he looks in good condition.
It's in good condition. Tall, rangy Maslobiev. This man, Bejinaru. The Romanians have always seen him had a good national system. Amateurs, very good, well-schooled amateurs. This fella, former European bronze medalist in 2006, so he's got some boxing ability.
In the blue corner, from Klaipėda, Lithuania, ladies and gentlemen, Sergei Maslobiev.
So nothing much to choose between the two of them. There's quite a height advantage for Maslobiev.
From Bacău, Romania, Konstantin Bejinaru.
It must have taken something to get Don Turner off his seat to get over here.
Yeah.
You might have remembered him in being involved, of course, in those 2 great fights with Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson. Another one against Lennox Lewis. It was funny, we were talking about Evander Holyfield before we came out. He's got another shot at the WBA title. He's fighting Povetkin in December,
which is a really difficult fight. Povetkin's excellent, but yeah, he just keeps going, doesn't he? But I just wish he would call it a day. Yeah.
You just never know, do you? Because he needs something to raise him up, doesn't he? And everybody telling him he's got no chance is good enough. Now here, Mazlobiev in the white, Bejanaru, the Romanian, in the red.
Yeah, good skills from Bejanaru here, this Romanian. Southpaw, fairly small, but looks quite skillful.
You always remember, what was it they used to say about southpaws? What should happen to them at birth?
Oh, I'll tell you what, nightmare, isn't they?
Well, he's certainly not afraid, is he, to get out here and put the local favourite under some pressure. And Mazlobiev might have Don Turner in his corner, but he hasn't been able to get going in this fight so far. He's up against an opponent that is just all over him like a rash, switching from body to head.
He looks in good condition as well, Bejanaru. And to win a European bronze as an amateur, you've got to have some boxing ability. So, I mean, this will suit him anyway. It's 3 rounds, just like an amateur contest, but he's landing well here. He's working well with his jab, his backhand also. He just comes forward, doesn't he, in 2s and 3s. He's very fast. So, yeah, I like the look of this Romanian.
The right hand of Mazlobiev remains cocked and loaded, ready for the opportunity to unload, but he's not got anywhere near him yet.
No.
So far, the hand speed of the Romanian proving difficult for the Lithuanian to deal with, and he's not afraid to mix it up in there either.
Mazlobiev, he caught his opponent there with a shot. He felt it, but he's got to watch what he's doing here, because as he's coming forward, he's leaving himself open for that left hand of Bejanaru.
It's interesting, isn't it? You can hear the words of Don Turner coming across to Mazlobiev, but the instructions being ignored at the moment. I think he's just in there looking for survival at the moment.
Well, he's telling him to try the uppercut, so he's obviously, what he's doing there is he's telling him to wait for the man to come in, then throw the right uppercut, and you can also finish on the left hook. But if you try and throw the right uppercut from a distance, you're going to miss the target. You've got to have the southpaw opponent walking onto it.
He didn't hear the bell.
He did the right thing, to be quite honest. You keep boxing until the referee says stop.
Well, that was a good opening round, that, for Bejanaru. As you said, the European bronze medalist making a good impression here.
Yeah, some good stuff early on in the round from Bejanaru. I like his style. He's not just a fighter, he's got fast hands, hasn't he? And he's got quite a lot of boxing skills as well. As we said earlier about the Romanians, great amateurs, working well to the body, switching it upstairs also. There's that right uppercut from his taller opponent, but he just failed to miss the target there. What's he
got to do? What's he got to do to take? I mean, apart from the obvious, which is land a big shot on him to just slow him down. But what's the game plan for Mazlobiev? What's Turner going to be telling him to do?
Yeah, I think he's got to sit on his back foot. He's got to wait for his opponent to come, work with the jab, wait for your opponent to come, then throw the right uppercut, as Turner has suggested in that, and then finish on the left hook. If he tries to lead with that shot, he's going to miss the target and he'll walk onto counters.
So Mazlobiev of Lithuania in the white, Bejanaru, Romania in the red. Bejanaru with the opening round in the bag. Mazlobiev cannot afford to lose a second round.
You see, the problem for an orthodox fighter, Tim, against the southpaw is the distance between himself and his opponent. If you've got a southpaw who sits back, he can be a nightmare, because your rear hand, your right hand, will always fall short. That's why it's best to wait for him to come forward, which he's doing. Then he's got a better chance to land that right uppercut.
So again, he finds himself backed off into the corner, and it's that whirlwind, that hand speed of Bejanaru that's keeping him just on the ropes and concentrating on his defensive work rather than anything too offensive at the moment. But he's going to have to do something soon.
Yeah, he's being outworked here. Krichanouski, his work rate is good. He switches the attack, he throws his punches in clusters, he's not lazy, so yeah, and he's got boxing ability. See, that's when Ziausys should be coming back with that right hand.
But again, 4 or 5 punches coming Ziausys' way before he can actually throw one in return, and it's simply the number of punches that have scored for Krichanouski that are swinging this round again in his direction.
Ziausys has got to close the gap down. You either go after your man or you sit back and let him come. Now Krichanouski, he's coming forward, so he should be able to launch that right hand counter.
Crowd getting whipped up behind us. We get some support going for Ziausys, but he's not given them anything really to cheer about so far.
No, he's not working hard enough, is he?
He's taking a good left hook there. He just didn't see it coming.
No. If you look at Krichanouski as well, he moves his head. It's quite difficult to actually hit unless he comes forward like that. That's when Ziausys has got to be more precise with his punches, more accurate as his opponent's coming forward.
Well, so far the night is belonging to the boxers, as opposed to those from any of the other disciplines. We're looking at a former heavyweight champion from the well, the world kickboxing heavyweight champion from 2007 in the white trunks. Now he's on the front foot. It doesn't take too long to put him on the back foot, though, does it?
It's a shame for Ziausys. He's making his debut, obviously, and he's in against a tricky opponent here.
Yeah, nod of appreciation then.
Because he's got the physique, the Lithuanian. He's definitely got the physique to do something, but he doesn't know how to tackle this southpaw opponent.
Well, he's got one more round to do it.
Krichanouski, he's very, very clever. Works very hard. Look, he waits, he picks his punches. Bit scrappy there, but he generally waits on that back foot, waits for the openings, and then he'll spring the attack, throwing 3s and 4s. I like his style.
Yeah, and he's good to watch. These events always need people like this. Come out and make an immediate impression.
And you have to remember, Nick, sorry Tim, he had 150 amateur fights, Krichanouski, you know, and he's probably fought for Romania as an international, so, you know, he's an international, I would say he's an international boxer. Well, he obviously is, he's won that European bronze medal, so he's had a lot of experience.
And this is a big night for him, because there's probably as big a paycheck as he's ever seen at the end of it, and that is what he wants to be part of. Now Ziausys in the white. He's got 3 minutes to try and turn this round in his direction. And the only thing you can suggest is that he's got to stop Krichanouski if he's going to win it.
He's got to now bring him on those right hands. Krichanouski is still coming forward, so he's still open to a right hand counter.
You can see poor old Mia in the background, trying to whip the crowd out to get behind their man, but he's having a tough night of it out here against this Romanian.
Ziausys, he's boxing better now, he's being more confident, he's trying to come forward. Trying to launch that right hand, but he's not accurate enough with it. And he's still just a little bit too far away. Look, see, falls short again.
If this was a 12-rounder, we'd be sitting there saying, yeah, and he'll be coming on strike. But by about the 7th or 8th round, it'd probably swung round in his direction. Well, that's the first right hand that's landed. Did it shake him? A little bit, it opened him up, but did that left hand put him down? No. Well, this is all action. I don't think you can complain about the entertainment value, and this is what this event is all about.
Masloviev, he knows he's got to go forward now, doesn't he? He knows he's losing. His corner would have told him, you've got to stop this kid or knock him out. You've got to go for it, son. That's what they would have said to him.
Just over a minute remaining of the final round here. Well, he's come out of his shell a bit in this round, Masloviev, but it's not enough.
Yeah, experience has told, though, Tim, here. That was a little bit better. He's been against a tricky opponent who's won those first 2 rounds.
He's getting a bit cocky now as well.
Yeah. Well, he's a tidy little boxer, Bajanaru. Oh, that was nice. Yeah, he's just teasing his man there, and then he just lays back and makes his opponent miss.
He was clearly up late last Saturday night, Sunday morning, watching another guy do that.
Yeah. Now he's just teasing. He's acting as a counter-puncher now, Bajanaru. Wants his man to fall short with the shot.
Well, final flourish, but it isn't going to happen. This has been a 3-round straight win for Bajanaru. He's won every round. And he's finishing in really, really cocky, confident, arrogant fashion, and he deserves it.
Lovely boxing.
Yeah, enjoying his moment. And there's a nod then. He knows he's been beaten. Masloviev. He's got a cut there as well, but he's expended plenty of energy in the process there as well.
It's a shame because it's just look at the draw there. I mean, he's just drawn a very good boxer there in Bajanaru. And this fella, I think we'll see him in the future somewhere along the line, but here he was outworked. Bajanaru just had a little bit too much for him. His boxing ability much better. A bit scrappy as he's coming forward there. But in general terms, he was the better boxer throughout the contest. Masloviev came back into it in that last round. He had a better last round, but he certainly lost the contest.
So let's get the decision then, which should be not too difficult.
Now the decision. Winner by unanimous decision in the red corner, Konstantin Bajanaru.
A sporting reaction from Masloviev, and Bajanaru will go into the semi-final. Next up, we have Krichanouski against Saraara. We're going to take a short break while the boxers get ready, and we will be back live here in the Siemens Arena in Vilnius in a couple of minutes' time. Right, welcome back. Let's get the official introductions of what is to come next.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the Siemens Arena in Vilnius, Lithuania. The third quarterfinal now. In the blue corner, from Gomel, Belarus, Aleksejus Krichanouski.
Well, this guy has had a huge amateur record, nearly 300 amateur fights, and he's won 253 of them. He's also stepped into the ring as a pro, and he's had 4 fights. He's won 3, lost 1. The one he's lost was the last time he was out in the ring, which was back in April of this year when he fought a guy called Jens Krul in Hamburg. He lost a decision. He's 37 years of age.
37 years old, 100 kilos, almost 300 amateur fights. Is the boxer. He's coming from Gomel, Belarus, Aleksejus Krichanouski. And now, in the red corner, is from Cracovia, Poland, Tomаш Sarara!
So then, Tomаш Sarara, he has 11 years. So he's just 26 years of age, 11 years between him and Krichanouski. And an amateur fighter with 7 fights, 7 he's won. 2 pro fights, won one of those. He's a kickboxer, a Thai boxer primarily, which is where he's been most active, has moved into the professional boxing arena in the last 18 months. But the Poles always produce good fighters, don't they?
Galata.
Yeah.
Galata was a very good fighter, wasn't he? And remember, Darius Mikuchevsky was Pole, who boxed out of Germany. So, and again, always had very good amateurs. The Poles.
Up until
Adamic, yeah, up until a couple of weeks back. But yeah, very proud nation with their boxing.
In the red corner, 26 years old, 97 kilograms. National kickboxing champion. He is also a boxer. From Cracovia, Poland, Tomаш Sarara! The referee of this fight is coming from Hamburg, Germany, Mr. Klaus Hagemann.
No touch after break, okay? Step back in the corner.
First round, 3 minutes, 3 round. The third quarterfinal of Bigger is Better.
So here we go then. And Krichanouski has quite significant reach advantage over his opponent here. But both, again, in pretty good condition out there. These two have been active again in their chosen fields. As we said, Krichanouski has been boxing as a pro in the last couple of years. Relatively busy, a couple of fights a year, but he is getting on a bit, 37 years of age. The younger man, just 26 years of age, Sarara, taking his first steps really into the world of professional boxing.
Yeah, Krichanouski having 300 amateur contests. That is something else. 37, many people would say he's too old, but heavyweights these days, they go on a lot longer, don't they, into their 40s?
Yeah, and almost into your 50s,
yeah,
as we said, with
Holyfield, yeah.
So Sarara, who you see, the beast from the east, the pit bull he calls himself, from his days as a kickboxer. Fought over 130 times in that code. He's not used to losing too many either. 105 victories. But he wouldn't be the first to find it difficult to switch from one code to the other.
Yeah, it can be very, very difficult for some kickboxers and Thai boxers moving into professional boxing. Generally, the old kickboxers, they're very relaxed style, relaxed guard. And the pace of their contests generally is slower than professional boxing.
Comfortable start though from Sarara. Krichanouski has not put his man under too much pressure. Again, maybe he's thinking that at the age that he's at, he wants to just pace himself evenly over the 3 rounds that we've got.
Well, both look to have decent boxing ability, don't they? They certainly have been well schooled, working well behind the jab, keeping the guard up.
It's funny, isn't it? We were talking about the fact that they brought Don Turner in as a consultant. You were wondering what he's actually doing, and he's been involved in putting things together. And the fight, it looks like somebody that's had some knowledge of the sport has actually had something to do with this now.
Yeah, which is good, you know. It improves the standards when you have a very experienced coach like Don Turner involved. They just appear to be pretty light punchers, both these lads. Oh, a little bit of a head there. Krichanouski.
End of round one.
Well, difficult to separate them in that round,
Difficult.
really.
Yeah, it was a difficult round to score. That could have gone either way. It really could. That was a very close round.
It's probably a sensible thing to do, wasn't it, from as far as Sarara is concerned, to get out and just feel his way through the first round, see what he's up against.
Yeah. Better work from Krichanouski with the jab. I think I've got to go either way. Krichanouski might have just done enough to take it, but it was a fairly even round. Sarara did his bit as well, but two light punches. Little left up there from Sarara, but it was around just the back of the ear of Krichanouski.
Yeah, he's kept himself in decent shape as well, Krichanouski, over the years. You can see from his conditioning coming into this tonight. But he looks quite comfortable. He's relaxed in there, Sarara. Now is he going to step his performance up in round 2 of 3 here? Well, much more sprightly start from both of them.
Yeah, Krichanouski there starting well with the jab, but Sarara starting to step in, trying to land that right hand, isn't he?
Well, we rarely go through the course of an evening in this event where we don't see at least a couple of big punches landed and a knockdown here and there. Nothing yet. Nobody's been down. This is the third fight of the night. One more quarterfinal to come before we go into the semis. You're just looking maybe for something a bit more from Sarara.
Yeah, just tried to land a looping right hand there that missed the target, but both these lads seem to be trying to land more straight shots than anything.
This Krichanouski is probably scoring the more scoring shots here with the jabs that he's throwing.
Yeah. But Sarara, he's got to step in a little bit more, and that wasn't a bad shot. Lovely head movement there, that was good. Needs to punch off that then after he made his opponent miss the target. Now he should be punching, you see. If you make your opponent miss like that, then you need to reply and try and land a scoring blow.
Midway through the 3-round fight here. And it's difficult to separate them. Probably the better work has come just from Krichanouski, but there's plenty of time for Sarara to turn this fight around and get it favouring him.
Well short there with that left hook. Got to get up close, hasn't he, Sarara? I like his head movement. I like the way he's avoiding punches. Just needs to be more accurate with his own there. But Krichanouski, he's just doing enough again to win the round. He's worked well with his jab.
Oh, the mouth guard has just come out.
Come on. And fight.
Half a minute left then in round 2. Again, he's just falling a little bit short, isn't he,
yeah.
Sarara?
That was a nice left hook. Yeah, that was better. He's blocking a lot of these shots as well, Sarara, on his arms. He's got a good guard.
Again, it's almost like the last fight, isn't it, Mazlubiev? Somebody that's relatively new to the sport.
Yeah.
If you're talking about this being a 12-round fight, you'd see a bigger improvement the further we got on in. Well, he doesn't want to be there because, again, Krichanouski ending the round on top. And again, the judges might have just given him that round again. So you could easily see how he's won those. He could be given those 2 rounds.
Yeah, that second round I thought he did much more work than Sarara. I like a few glimpses of Sarara's work, especially the left hook. Good head movement, but he didn't land enough punches for me, so I thought it was a better round for Krichanouski.
He looks too relaxed, too pleased with himself, doesn't he, Sarara? He's suffering from a bit of overconfidence.
The first round could have gone either way. I thought Krichanouski just did enough, so I've got him 2 rounds ahead. But who knows? Judges might be giving it one apiece now. You just don't know.
Well, we've had that situation where they've given a draw, and we've actually had to have another round, as the fight had been scored as a draw. There's the older man, 37 years of age, Krichanouski. So, final round, the 3rd out of 4 of the quarterfinals.
An interesting Sarara. He had 7 fights as an amateur, didn't he? He had 7 wins.
Yeah.
He was unbeaten as an amateur. That was better. Lovely left hand there from Sarara. It was a good shot.
Needs it to be a good eye-catching round, this, Sarara. Leave the judges no room to manoeuvre. Again, good left hand from Sarara. Beginning to find some range with his own jabs.
Heads clashing again there. Krichanouski trying to keep his man at bay. He's up in the work rate again. Is Krichanouski.
But again, his head went in there. Well, you were mid-sentence, it went in there again.
Yeah. I'll tell you a punch as well that Sarara should be trying to throw is that left hook to the body. If you look at Krichanouski's right elbow, keeps lifting it up. He's open to that shot. Just got to get close enough to throw it.
Hasn't worked much to the body, which is it's a surprise, isn't it? Because there's quite a lot of it on display there.
Look at that right elbow of Krichanouski, how high it is. Just needs a straight right and left hook combination to the body there. But again, Krichanouski is just doing enough work, isn't he? Just to nick things.
Well, Sarara will feel that he's done the coming forward in this fight. He's the one that's tried to make the fight. But he's taken too many scoring shots. He's doing it again.
Krichanouski just outworking his opponent here. He tends to be a little bit lazy, Sarara. He's waiting too long. He's got a good guard and doesn't do anything on the inside, though, does he? That's his problem.
Yeah, he's just happy to soak up the shots that are coming his way inside the final minute here.
Better boxing from Sarara again, but there wasn't a lot that landed there. But I do like his style. He avoids punches, keeps that guard up. But he's just been outworked here tonight.
But again, he's fairly young and he's new into the sport, isn't he? So
yeah.
And I suppose you could sum him up as saying that he's got all the basics there, just needs to be moulded into the end product, doesn't it?
Definitely, yeah. Oh, lovely left hook, what a shot.
Yeah. Now can he finish him off, Krichanouski? Walked straight onto a left hook. And that, if there was any doubt, it's now disappeared completely. And Krichanouski should have done enough now.
Great last 20 seconds from Krichanouski with that left hook. I think you said it. That's probably clinched it for him.
In the blue corner, from Sweden, Toffan Pirani.
Right then, this is Toven Pirani, 35 years of age, as you can see. And again, he's more renowned for his time spent as a kickboxer, Thai boxer. And even then, not that experienced. He's at 69 fights, 54-1. He's had one professional boxing fight, and that was one. Never fought as an amateur. He's the European full contact champion. That is his claim to fame.
And now, in the red corner from Denmark, Murad Rai.
Well, here he is. He's here because he's been voted back. He's got a lot of fans out there on the internet that got online and voted for him to reappear. And let's hope he's got a better fitting pair of shorts this time.
I remember him from last time, actually.
Yeah.
He was okay. Yeah, he was decent.
He came out throwing. He looks as if, I was going to say, we saw him beforehand. He looks as if he's been in a gym, at least. So he's only 24 years of age, though. And as an amateur, he's fought 10 times. It doesn't say, actually, how many of those 10 fights he's actually won, so we can't tell you that. But he's had a go at karate, kickboxing, Muay Thai. He's done all of that, so he's had a go at everything, and he seems to have set his heart now on boxing.
In the blue corner, 35 years old, 95 kilograms. A world full contact champion. He is a kick and a Thai boxer. He is from Stockholm, Sweden. Toffan Pirani. And now, in the red corner, he celebrates today his 25th birthday. 130 kilograms. He's a kickboxer. He's from Aarhus, Denmark. Murad Rai. The referee is still Mr. Klaus Hagemann from Hamburg, Germany.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's bigger's better. You know the rules. No touching after break. When I can take a count, take the neutral corner. Okay? Go back.
The last quarterfinal, first round.
Right, here we go then. Pirani of Sweden against Räid of Denmark.
Keep your head down.
Räid, as we said, we've seen before. And when he gets within range, he can throw some decent punches. Pirani.
Yeah, I mean, looks can be deceiving. I mean, you look at Räid, you wouldn't think he's been in a boxing gym. But, yeah, he was quite good. Look at this. I mean, yeah,
he's just thrown.
He's giving him a count. Was there a shot there? Oh.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, ready.
Well,
there might have been a shot there, too, you know.
It was difficult to tell from that angle. Räyd's got a start that he wanted. As we said, if he gets within range, he can dig a bit, this guy, but he can also take shots too. And Pirani is showing just that. There's no defense whatsoever to speak of from Räyd. He is a sitting target.
Yeah, but the tactic's plain to see from Räyd here. He just wants to get to his opponent, get up close, and whip that one over the top. Needs to keep his chin down a little bit more though, Räyd. He throws plenty of shots.
Well, Pirani's got to be sensible about this now.
Well, he's got to keep his guard up as well. When Räyd is coming forward at him, then Pirani seems to lower his guard, swings wildly. He should keep that guard a little bit tighter.
He's got him again.
Okay, I said he's deceiving.
I don't know whether that was it might well have been his right hand then from Räyd that put him down.
Well, this could be a 10-7 round. Just putting that gum shield back in. What a round for Räyd.
Well, Pirani's just got to stay out of trouble now. Just get on his bike and start moving around the ring, because the round's lost. He's not going to get it back.
When Pirani lets his punches go, he looks after. Oh,
he's taking another one.
It's it. I was just about to say he looks half decent himself when he lets his punches go, but then he just walks onto that right hand, and Räyd has done it again, Tim.
Two right hands and a left hook have put him down and taken him out. Well, that is staggering. Well, we said that you rarely get through the night without a talking point or two, a big punch or two coming from something of an unlikely source. Räyd is an unlikely source, but you know, we said right at the start of the fight, he gets in range, he'll hit, and he can hit. Yeah,
I mean, there's an old saying, isn't there? You never judge a book by its cover, and you don't in boxing, because you look at Räyd, you look at his physique, you would think he's never been in a boxing gym, and look what he's just produced there. Some good solid shots on the inside, gets up close. There's that left hook. Yeah, it was a punch. That was the first one. Keeps coming. He's actually taking shots himself, but he knows he's got to get to his man. He's got the grit and determination, and he just keeps going. Here's one coming up now again. There it is there. Right hand, it didn't look much, but obviously it was enough to put him down. And then the finish coming up. Right hand, left up, another right hand.
Oh, that was
good night, son. Yeah, lovely. There you go. I mean, you have to give it to him. There's a left hook and then the right hand. He even took a shot there himself, Räyd, as he's delivering that right hand. Look, that was cracker.
No way back from that. 3 times down, he's out.
Winner by TKO round 1. In the red corner, qualified for semi-final, Mourad, Räyd.
Well, the thing is, he's going to get a cult following.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
performances like that.
Big smile on his face, and sport needs characters. He's one of those, and he'll be back to take on Krichanouski. First semi-final to come, Pedura against Bejinaro. That should be quite interesting. That really, really busy little Romanian with a great hand speed against Pedura. Perhaps the best boxer that we've seen in the competition, all told. That's coming up after the break, which is going to come now. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to the Siemens Arena. Let's get the introductions then for the first of the semi-finals.
We are back in Vilnius, Lithuania for the first semi-final. In the blue corner, the first semi-finalist is Maskim Pedura.
Well, I think the general view, Richie, was the fact that the quality of the boxing was the best that we've seen actually in all of these editions of the Bigger's Better tour over the last 18 months, and he was perhaps one of the better boxers.
Well, he's certainly got power. He's a little bit open of his opponent to get up to him because his guard's so low. When he gets behind his jab, Pedura, then he can be difficult to beat. Any boxer who's good with his jab and keeps the distance keeps the gap between himself and his opponent, controlling it behind that jab, he's going to be difficult to beat.
Now, in the red corner, from Romania, Constantin Bejenaru.
Well, he's got a considerable amateur record. Bejenaru, as we said, 150 fights, 140 of them have been won. He's blisteringly quick, he's difficult to deal with, he's a southpaw, and he got the better of the bigger man, Mazlobiev, in the first fight, and you wouldn't back against him doing the same here, would you?
I think he's the best boxer in this tournament. I think his all-round skills are good. As you say, he has got fast hands. He can counter punch on the back foot, but he also likes to come forward a lot. He can be occasionally caught with that right hand as he's coming forward. That's mainly because his feet come square and he comes square onto his opponent. But generally, I like his skills and I think he's the best boxer here.
107 kilos. He's from Krivin, Ukraine. Maskim Pedura. And in the red corner, 97 kilos. He's from Romania. Constantin Bejenaru. And the referee is back, Mr. Steve Smager from New Jersey, USA, the famous Steve Smager.
Gentlemen, you heard your instructions. Touch gloves. God bless you both.
First semi-final, biggest battle number 7.
Right then, here we go. Now, Pedura did tire a bit in the from the start of the second round onwards in the first fight he had with Četinkaya. He was put under quite a lot of pressure from quite a lively opponent there. This guy will be even more lively and plenty more accurate.
Yeah, throws punches in clusters, doesn't he, Bejenaru? Looking for that left hand already upstairs, but I think you've got to work the body here.
Oh, look at that!
Let us say.
He raised his right through the left, came onto that, and well, the KO's coupled the. Well, he's going to get up and survive this, but the knockdown's coming pretty quick and fast here. I mean, that was. I mean, you would classify that as a flash knockdown then.
Yeah, it was a great shot, though, wasn't it? There he was. That first shot there to the body, that was good from Bejenaru, and then he's switching the attack upstairs. So Pedura, he's got to watch what he's doing here. Got to keep his guard up.
Yeah, he's intelligent again. His guard goes up, he works to the body. His hands, the defense drops, the left hook goes in. And the right hand bounces off his chin as well. They're raining down all over the place, and Pedura is there to be taken out here.
You just got to watch the clash of heads there. It was Bejenaru just checking his eyes. There was a clash of heads, but nevertheless, he started the round really, really positively, starting to work the body. Now, I think he's hurt Pedura downstairs as well. Yeah, great opening for him. Looping left hand over the top. There it is again. Oh, beautiful.
Right hand as well, and the left hook follows it, and he's backed him in the corner. Now, can he finish him here?
Good skills. He can't miss with that looping shot, can he? Just sticks his head to the right and then throws that looping left hand over. Pedura maybe should be starting to try and throw the right uppercut, but he's just walking onto shots here.
And they're
he
coming
looks
at
so
him.
Tired as well, Tim, doesn't he?
He looked tired in the fight against Četinkaya. And he's got no defense to that overhand left as it comes swinging in.
Look how flat his feet are, Pedura, just walking forward. Another good shot. Oh, the movement's excellent as well. That's come from a punch. That has definitely come from a punch from Bejenaru.
The referee, I mean, Steve Smoger, he isn't, but he should think about stopping this, because if he isn't going to get him before the end of this round, then he's certainly going to get him in the next, and he's just going to... Is he going to go again?
Oh, brilliant.
Look at this.
That was good.
Smoker's got to step in here because Pedura is taking unnecessary punishment. And he's hanging on for grim death at the end of a real battering in that first round.
Yeah, some great shots there. Bejanaru with the left hand. He worked well to the head. And also who's man downstairs as well. But it was that looping left over the top, wasn't it? There, that's what brought the knockdown. Cracking shot, different angle. Look at that, banged on the button. He did well to actually survive this onslaught here. Body and head, he's working. Little clash of heads. Nevertheless, Bejanaru well in control.
9 times a Romanian champion. He's 27 years of age. And this is his debut as a professional. And he's clearly got the right attitude, hasn't he?
Yeah, good attitude, well schooled. I remember actually boxing a Romanian in the 1989 World Amateur Championships in Moscow. He boxed my ears off. They're really solid.
Did he go on anywhere?
He won a bronze. He was beaten by the eventual gold medalist. But I beat a Cuban in the first round, who I beat the favourite, and then I got beat against this tricky Romanian. He was just too clever for me.
Now, is Bejanaru too clever, too quick, too powerful for Pedura? Can Pedura turn it? Oh, he can't. His legs are completely gone. Smoker's almost there. He's on the brink of calling it off.
Big right up there, Tim, that caught him. Lovely left hook.
He's got to go in. He's got to go in and do something quick.
Come on, jump in.
No, that's it. It's all over. Should have been ended at the end of the first round.
Lovely, sharp, short right hook at the beginning of that sequence that really started it all off. There's the towel. The towel in a little bit late, or the referee didn't recognise it, or whatever you can see it. But what a great start to the second round again.
Wow, Pedura, 33 years of age, has been in the professional ring. 13, 14 professional fights he's had, but I can't imagine him going too much further after taking a defeat like this. But then, this is what's interesting about seeing events like this. You see with prize fighter as well. You see names you've never seen, fighters you've never seen before that are coming from a background of nothing other than poverty and basically, you know, no food on the table. And this guy, big amateur career, someone I'd turn around and watch that and thought, well, yeah, get hold of him, maybe do something with him.
Yeah, I mean,
he's 27.
He's not up against much here.
Yeah.
To say that. No, he wasn't in his first contest, but nevertheless, he has got the skills and he can punch, obviously. So yeah, he's well schooled, and I'm sure there'll be a few promoters in Europe looking at this kid and thinking, you know what, he could just go.
Because there's an attitude thing as well, isn't there? Because he's not. There's nothing. All right, he did showboat a bit, but there's nothing really outwardly arrogant about him, is there?
No, he's just got good skills. He does the basics very well. He's sharp, he's fast.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner.
Most of all, he looks like he's having a good time when he's in there as well.
25 for the final of Bigger's Better is making his pro debut tonight from Romania, Constantin Bejanaru.
Well, good reaction from the crowd as well. Warmly appreciative of what's been a good performance so far tonight. He looks as fresh as the moment that he danced into the ring. And he'll be dancing back in the final.
Tim, to think he's made his debut tonight. Yeah. It's yeah, pretty impressive.
Plenty of adrenaline pumping, and you look back against him, walking out of here with a nice big fat check.
Who is going to be in the final of Bigger's Better number 7? We will know in a few minutes. In the blue corner, from Belarus, Aleksejus Krichanouski.
So back he comes then, Krichanouski, the 37-year-old who's had a massive amateur career, 286 amateur fights, with 253 victories. He's moved on into the pro game. He's only had 3 professional fights before coming in to this event here tonight. And it wasn't overly impressive, was he, against Sarara? But he just got the job done.
He just got the job done, worked quite well. His work rate was good. 37 years of age. You know, he's not, people will say he's old, but he's not that old. But there was nothing spectacular about Krichanouski. He certainly hasn't got the skills of the man that we've just seen.
In the red corner, from Denmark, Mourad, Рэйd.
Well, here he comes. The man that was voted back into the competition by the viewers of EuroSport around Europe and wherever you're watching this. And one of the defeated will reappear based on who wins the internet votes. If you want to vote for anybody in particular, then get online and do it now. And they'll be back for the next biggest better. But Рэйd came bouncing into the ring, and he blew out Pirani with 3 knockdowns inside the opening minute and a half, or 2 minutes. So, Krichanouski was up against a young, mobile fighter in Sarara.
Amateur fights from Gomel, Belarus, Aleksejus Krichanouski. In the red corner, 130 kilograms. Is 25 years old today. Is from Aarhus, Denmark. Mourad, Рэйd.
Well, we didn't know that. It's his birthday today, then.
And the referee, once again, is from Germany.
Krichanouski is expecting a fight similar to the one he had against Sarara. Then he's going to get a rude awakening because Рэйd is going to be in his face within about 4 seconds flat.
Go back in your corner.
Second semi-final, ladies and gentlemen. First round.
And here we go then. Is Рэйd going to get lucky for a second time? Is there another part to his game plan? Can he fight any other way? We're about to find out. But he's up against a guy who knows his way around a boxing ring. Pirani was relatively new to the game. Little or no experience. Krichanouski has plenty of it.
Yeah, Krichanouski's only defeated against Jens Krull. And Krull was, I think Krull had only had 1 defeat in 10 or 11 contests at that time as well, so he's decent. Krichanouski, he's, I said earlier on, he's a bit open to that left hook to the body, but his most important shot tonight against Рэйd has got to be the jab. He's got to work the jab, box at distance, stay off the ropes, definitely. Рэйd, on the other hand, he's got to get up to his man. So, yeah, styles make fights, and this should be a good one.
Yeah, Рэйd has got to make sure that it is his style that is imposed, because if he stands back at distance, then Krichanouski will do what he did against Sarara, which is just pick him off with the jab, make the scoring shots. It won't be pretty, and at the end of 3 rounds, he'll have won it. So it's up then to Рэйd to make it his. And that's where he does the damage, when he gets in at close quarters.
See, when you're boxing someone like Рэйd, you've got to use your jab and move to the side and move around him. Because if you move back, he just keeps coming forward, just sustains a little bit of pressure and can push you back onto the ropes. And when he closes that gap down, that's when, you know, he does his best work in at close quarters. So you've got to hit him with the jab, move around him, stay in the centre of the ring, and just box sensibly against this fella.
Рэйd has obviously watched his man. There is obviously another game plan that he does possess, apart from going out all guns blazing. He's trying to be a bit more thoughtful about the way he's approached this.
Sneaky little right hand there from Krichanouski. That's a nice little shot. See, that's clever boxing. On the back foot, bringing his opponent onto the shots, but still staying in the centre of the ring.
Fell just short with that right hand then, did Рэйд. Krichanouski pulling out of the way just in time. Interesting first round, that. I think Krichanouski has done what he did in the fight against Sarara, hasn't he? He's walked away with a round.
He does nothing spectacular, nothing great, Krichanouski, but he keeps working away with his jab. His work rate is good. He boxed sensibly in that round. He didn't get mixed up in at close quarters. He pinched the round there. Рэйd trying to close his man down, then gets tied up on the inside. So Krichanouski boxing sensibly here. Misses with that right uppercut, nearly lands with that left hook. But it was his jab in that round which did most of the damage. Also a cheeky little right hand over the top, but he gets caught with the right hand from Рэйd. Back there then. This is where Рэйd's got to go to work, try and get his man on the ropes. But look how he turned there. That was good from Krichanouski. Just turned his man off the ropes and then get back to the centre of the ring.
You can't help when you're watching him, and I know he was impressive in the first fight, and he's out there and he's putting himself on the line. But you know, if he's really serious, he really wants to make a career, then you know he's got to get better conditioned. I mean, Solly's had the same problem. We saw that as well. And you know, you're never going to survive at the level that, you know, he wants to get in, make a bit of money as well, doesn't he?
Well, he's got decent boxing ability, Рэйd, but his conditioning doesn't look very good at all. He obviously can punch a little bit. We've seen that in his last contest. He's got a bit of power, but yeah, his whole performance would improve greatly if he was in better condition.
There's a slip there from Krichanouski, but again, really neat and tidy work from the veteran amateur and recently turned pro.
And if Рэйd, you know, he didn't have those rolls of fat, he would be lighter, he would be quicker, and so, you know, he would be a better boxer.
Krichanouski has found a groove in this fight that he wasn't allowed to fight against Sarara.
Well, the mistake that Рэйd's making at the moment, he's waiting too long. He's got to get to his man faster, got to put on a bit more pressure, sustain it a little bit more, or start doubling up the attacks. But he's standing centre of the ring, Рэйd, waiting too long, and that's proving it's better for Krichanouski, this style. He's dictating the pace, and that's why he's winning. Simple stuff, simple jab, lovely shot.
Clearly finding this opponent a whole lot more difficult to contend with. Рэйd.
That's better, there you go.
Got close with the right hand. First time he's managed to land it with any conviction so far. There it is again. This is where he needs to be, and Krichanouski is left hanging on for a bit then.
You see, he can do it once he gets to his man Рэйd. He really lets the shots go, and there's just something about his style. He just seems to land those shots on the inside. He's dangerous.
Final few seconds then of the second round, and that'll at least maybe have given the judges a little bit to think about. Krichanouski had the better of the opening to this round, but Рэйd has come on strongly toward the end. Best part of a round at least that he's had, and maybe even. possible.
You know what, Tim?
Or give it a Рэйд.
Put my neck out there. I think Рэйd just nicked the round, and that's going to set it up 1-1 going into the last round. He forced the pace, he forced the pressure, he had some success. And he worked quite hard in that round. Got caught early on in the round there by a good right hand from Krichanouski. But here he is on the attack, coming forward. Falling short with his jab, but he's still trying to get to his man. That's when Krichanouski just slips over. But this was good. Look at that right hand, and then he's on the attack. That was a lovely shot. His man's trying to hold him there. He was definitely hurt from that punch. And again, 2 or 3 shots went in here. Better work. Over the top again with the right hand. So yeah, for me, Рэйд just got it.
Well, let's set him up. He knows what he's got to do here. But Krichanouski under pressure for a sustained period.
Ladies and gentlemen, big applause for the last round.
Good start to the round again from Рэйd. Krichanouski, you know, he's on the back foot. He can't keep his man at bay. His left hand isn't strong enough to keep his man at distance. He needs to start trying to land the right hand as Рэйd's coming forward, because Рэйd's just walking through his shots.
But he doesn't want to keep him in a position like this, because the jab is scoring points all the time. He's taking them.
That was better boxing there, mainly because though Рэйd has slowed his feet down again, hasn't he? Better boxing from Krichanouski, but Рэйd all of a sudden his feet are planted to the floor. He might be feeling the pace a little bit now. He's got to get back on that front foot and get to his man.
Maybe he's saving himself for the final salvo, the final minute and a half. Krichanouski is winning this round, and therefore the fight. He looks like Krichanouski at the moment may be taking his place in the final, unless Рэйd can just turn this around again, produce a strong finish, get in close and start throwing punches like this. It might look untidy, but this is where he gets his success. The punches rain down again. Krichanouski desperately backing off onto the ropes, but this is where he does it.
Yeah. It was a good start to the round. The first half of this round was Krichanouski's, but Рэйd's come back into it again here. You just fear though, Tim, that his conditioning is going to let him down if he'd be just a little bit more active, you know, and that's down to his conditioning. He's just a little bit lazy, Рэйd.
Inside the final minute.
Oh, a little shot there. What a sneaky punch that was.
Again, he's spending too long standing on the outside admiring Krichanouski's jab.
No, has Krichanouski done enough in the first half of this round? I think he has, with 25 seconds to go.
Needs a big finish, and it needs to start now. Needs to just remind the judges what he's capable of, but Krichanouski is finishing the stronger, as you said.
And that's disappointing, because as I said, that's down to Рэйd's training, his conditioning. He's feeling the pace now. There's something there with him, but he hasn't worked hard enough here in this last round. For me, Krichanouski's nicked it.
And there it goes. And he looks a bit disappointed, Рэйd. I think he knows he's been beaten then.
Yeah, it was a shame, wasn't it? He just didn't do enough work in that last round. Look, he's exhausted. If I was, you know, if I had him, if I was his trainer, I'd say, right, son, you've definitely got something about you, but you've got to get into better condition. Get in that gym, and I would make him live in the gym.
Well, Krichanouski is going to make his way into the final, where he's going to meet the sensation of the night, which is the Romanian Bejinaru.
Yeah, Get some good work here from Krichanouski in that last round. Worked well with his jab. Just kept his distance. Рэйд came back with the cup. That was a good left hook, right hand from Рэйd. But he was just outworked throughout that round. Dangerous coming forward. That is a great right hand again from Рэйd. We're seeing the better of the work in that round from Рэйd, but for me, Krichanouski did enough.
The winner by unanimous decision and qualified for the final of Bigger is Better. In the blue corner, Krichanouski.
No surprises from the judges, and Krichanouski will meet Bejanaru. I think he'll probably view that Рэйd as an opportunity lost. We've just seen flashes, as we did in Lisbon, of what he could do. But as you said, you know, if he's serious, he needs to get conditioned. And there we are. There is the final. Krichanouski of Belarus against Bejanaru of Romania. So they're going to have a bit of a break because Krichanouski has just come out of the ring, so they'll give him about they're going to give him about 10 minutes or so. In the meantime, we might I think we might well see a qualifying bout for the next Biggest Better. But they're going to run a bikini contest.
Oh, are we going to judge it?
I don't know.
It's shown on EuroSport, live on EuroSport right now. Yes.
Time to recover.
Ready for the qualification bout. Before the final, the winner of this fight right now will be qualified for the next Bigger is Better on EuroSport. In the blue corner is from Klaipėda, Lithuania, Remigijus Ziausys.
Here he is then, Ziausys, aged 27. And he's been in professional boxing for quite a long time, Ziausys. His record over 60 fights. He's won 17, lost 40 with 3 draws. He's been in with a few names, including Robert Helenius a few years back, in the back end of 2008. But he lost a decision against Helenius, so he went 6 rounds with it. And Lucas Schultz he's been in with lately, and Jacobi Fragomeni, he lost a decision to him as well. That was in July of this year. And if there's one thing you can say about him, he's busy. Because I reckon he's fought 16 times this year. Which is quite incredible, really.
Yeah, he's fought a couple of British fights as well, hasn't he? He's fought Toxoa in March of this year, also Ian Lewison.
Basically a super final in December, where all the winners from all of these events will convene.
27 years old, 1 m 73, Remigijus Ziausys.
Yeah.
3 minutes, 3 rounds. C'est parti.
He looks in good condition, Stankevicius.
And usually you'd expect him to have had a history in kickboxing or MMA, but nothing of the sort. He's relatively new to boxing. He's only recently turned professional. Doesn't say anything about him having an amateur career of any particular pedigree, in which case this would be basically his third time in a professional boxing ring in his 30 years. Whereas his opponent appears to spend all his life inside a boxing ring.
Oh, it's incredible, isn't it? Ziausys, he made his debut in 2006. So a total of 61 contests. It's unbelievable.
Well, you can certainly tell that Stankevicius hasn't been around a boxing ring too often, because he looks very stiff.
Yeah, he also doesn't appear to punch very hard. Certainly got the physique, but lacks a bit of power, I think.
It's strange, isn't it? You would wonder whether or not, after that many fights, he'd have to go through, especially when you consider how many he's lost out of the 15 fights he's had this year, whether he'd had to have a medical before he got into the ring. Not to see if his body could take it, but to see whether his mind was right in making the decision to come in the first place.
Yeah, but it can be deceiving with some of these journeymen. They don't. A lot of these journeymen, Tim, don't take a lot of punches. They take the shots on the arms and elbows, and they move out the way. They hold in the clinches for longer. They know every trick in the book. And this fella, Ziausys, he's certainly in that category.
Palaikykit lietuvius. Ne mane.
Mia.
John.
Mia.
Oh, John.
I've never heard that before.
I think we said it before. I think Michael Buffer's job's safe. Well, give him some credit, as Ziausys, because he's come out and he's worked hard in this first round, and he's taken the fight to Stankevicius. He doesn't look as if he carries any significant amount of power.
He's won this round, Ziausys, no doubt about that. I think he's probably more surprised than his opponent, because normally he'd be on the receiving end of probably some heavy shots, especially with the opponents he's been in with. And he's thinking, I hope I'm winning this.
I mean, when you think about it, just going back, the people he's gone the distance with, I mean, he doesn't look as if he belongs in the same ring as Robert Aleksejus, does he?
No, that's right.
I mean, Aleksejus, who some people have got ranked number 3 in the world, and he went 6 rounds with him.
As I say, he's probably so used to being well behind after just at the first round. A lot of journeymen then sort of go into that mode of, here comes another defeat and I'll cover up. But it wasn't the case in this opening round. Ziausys, he seemed to work very hard. He didn't get caught with anything, and he knew that he was winning the round, and he ended it very confidently indeed. So yeah, he's 1-up.
Second round.
He's looking to play himself in to the next biggest better. I suppose anywhere where there's a paycheck. I mean, boxing literally is this guy's living. This is what he gets up and goes out in the morning to do. Rarely a month goes by. In fact, rarely weeks go by without him being in a ring somewhere. And he's dictating this against Stankevicius, who, as we said, is in a ring, in a professional ring, literally for the third time in his career, his short-lived career.
Just looking at his record as well, Tim. Ziausys, he doesn't get stopped, does he?
Yeah,
I mean,
that was, yeah.
I think he lost by KO in the second round back in 2007, but I'm looking at it down at his record. He's lost a lot of contests, but it's always on point, so he's, you know, he's a tough nut. He certainly knows his way around a boxing ring, and he's boxing well here. He's really, he's confident, he's fancying this against this fella.
Well, he's dictated this right from the off, and he's winning at a canter.
Stankevicius he's heavier, he's bigger, but he's not imposing himself on his opponent at all, really. He's taking a lot of the shots on the elbows and the arms, but he's not dictating, is he? Ziausys seems to be in the driving seat, raising the tempo.
And he's quite intelligent about the way he's picking his punches as well, isn't he, Ziausys?
Working downstairs, isn't he?
Last minute then of the second round. And if Stankevicius has got any designs on winning this, then he's going to have to just raise the level of his game. He's simply not doing enough.
He looks a little bit muscle bound as well. He looks quite tired now. This is only the second round, but you would think he was probably around 10 or 11 of a 12-rounder, the way he's shaping up, Stankevicius.
Yes.
And again, he can't keep his man off. That was a good shot, wasn't it?
Little right hand there, over the top, and again, Ziausys, he's forcing the issue.
Well, supremely fit, incredible stamina that this guy Ziausys has got, as he just rolls on regardless.
He's also fought former European champion Ismail Abdul as well. I mean, he's certainly been in with some quality opponents.
You know, down there, I mean, the thing is, he's fought so many people, you keep looking down his record and seeing another one. I see Darren Corbett down there as well.
Darren Corbett, yeah. Belfast. So another good round for Ziausys. He seemed to throw much more punches than his opponent. Sneaky right hands here and there. He actually caught him with a super little shot. Trying the uppercut there through the middle. Just seems so much fitter, doesn't he? Good work to the body, right hand and a left hook.
That just shows you were saying earlier on about book and cover. And I mean, looking at these two coming into the ring, you would have thought 60 fights, 15 this year. Don't fancy Ziausys much. But again, seems to be no difference to the way this round is opening. He's just back into the groove, beating his man to the punch, forcing him to stay literally covered up. That was a good short right hand, and that jolted the chin of Stankevicius.
Yeah, he's getting through, isn't he, with those right hands around the guard. Stankevicius. Stankevicius holding the feet too long and just allowing his man to work. Lovely little left hook to the body as well from Ziausys. But look at the work rate from him. I mean, superb work rate.
I'd say it's an incredible punch count. You'd love to see how many punches he's thrown at Ziausys. Barely got the energy left, Stankevicius, to raise his arms to just cover his face and head.
It's been 12 rounds as well as Ziausys back in 2007. So yeah, this to him is a stroll in the park. It really is. 3 rounds, and you can tell by his work rate and how fit he is.
Well, he's going to be justifiably rewarded with his place in the next event, which will be in about a month's time.
Good work again, busy, working to the body. Gets caught with the shot there, though. Just got sloppy, dropping those hands in front of his opponent. But
I was going to say the end can't come quick enough for Stankevicius, can it?
He has been an easy target to hit tonight. Very slow feet. And he's took advantage of it, Ziausys. Lovely shot, lovely right hand that was.
Well, he finishes as strong as he started.
He's literally had enough, hasn't he, Stankevicius?
Yeah. Well, that's a great show of stamina. I mean, he might have lost the majority of the 60-odd fights that he's had, but he's got plenty of heart.
And experience. That's the main thing he's got, experience. Clear winner tonight.
Okay. In few seconds, we will know who will be qualified for bigger's better.
That was a cheeky right uppercut, wasn't it, on the inside there? Right hand again over the top, just keeps coming forward. At one point, there's probably 6 or 7 punches went out from Ziausys, and there wasn't a reply at all from his opponent.
He'll go away and train and get himself ready for his chance to pick up a few $1,000s.
The winner of this qualification bout, by unanimous decision, in the blue corner, Remigijus Ziausys.
So, the final is coming up in a couple of minutes' time. And it'll be between Constantin Bejinaro of Romania and Krichanouski. They are getting ready to make their way into the ring for the final. There we are. And who would you favour then in the final? Would you go with the Romanian?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Krichanouski has really got it all to do. I think Bejinaro, his style, his work rate, just his all-round boxing ability is a lot better than Krichanouski. And Krichanouski, let's face it, he's not done nothing spectacular tonight, but he's worked well with his jab, and he's just sneaked through every contest that he's had. But he's up against it now.
And while we're waiting for the boxers to come out, we'll take a short break and leave you to enjoy the bikini contest from earlier on this evening.
You can watch on the big screen the bikini contest. Again, again, and again. Look at this. Up to you. Yeah. Je donnerai pour la finale les juges. Tu entends? Je donnerai pour la finale les juges. Welcome back for the big final, live from Vilnius, the Siemens Arena in Lithuania, and Mia is back. This is now the final of Bigger's Better number 7. Mia.
Mėlynajame ringo kampe Konstantin Bežinero iš Rumunijos.
In the blue corner, from Romania, Konstantin Bežinaru.
So here he comes. This guy has been the revelation of the night, really. Came from nowhere. We didn't know an awful lot about him, if anything at all, before we started here tonight. What we do know about him now is he's had a big amateur career, and he's decided to take the step up to a professional level. He's making his debut here tonight, and he's a rough diamond, isn't he? He needs a bit of polishing, but he's got a bit about him, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got a very good amateur pedigree, European bronze medalist. And yeah, I like his skills. He's got good work, he's a good worker, got good head movement, switches his attacks. Yeah, and he's got some skill. So I do like this lad.
Ir raudonajame ringo kampe Aleksejus Krichanouski iš Baltarusijos.
From Belarus, Aleksejus Krichanouski, who is another with a huge amateur record. I mean, between these two, there is over, what, 420 odd amateur fights between these two guys. Krichanouski, 286 of them. So, experience, nothing flash, very conservative, knows what he's got to do to win, and that is exactly what he's done in the quarterfinal and semi-final.
Yeah, his problem tonight against Bežinaru, he's against the southpaw. So does he sit back and let the southpaw lead and then bring him onto a right uppercut or a straight right hand, or does he go after him and try and close that gap down and get to his man? It's a tough one. Bežinaru is a good all-rounder, but he throws punches in clusters, doesn't he? But he's skillful as well, the Romanian. His biggest problem will be trying to land his straight shots. If he's attacking, he will fall short if Bežinaru decides to sit back. So he has got problems.
Live on EuroSport, exclusive on EuroSport. We are in Vilnius, in this beautiful Siemens Arena in Lithuania. Let me introduce the judges, please, for the final. Mr. Klaus Hagemann from Germany. This is the first judge. Emil from Romania, and also big applause for the very famous matchmaker, judge, promoter in the boxing for the last 40 years, Mr. Don Elbow. And now, Mia. In the blue corner,
Mėlynajam ringo kampe Konstantin Bežnero iš Rumunijos. Ir raudonajame ringo kampe Aleksejus Krichanouski iš Baltarusijos.
And the referee for this great final is Mr. Steve Smoger.
Been down this road before. Touch gloves. God bless you both.
Right, then away we go. Round one then of the final of this biggest, better season number 7. Bežnaro of Romania, Krichanouski of Belarus, the Romanian in the red, the Belarusian in the black. Now he's lightning fast, is Bežnaro.
Yeah, he has got the speed, walks forward, his legs are crossing there, so he's making a mistake there, Bežnaro. And that's when Krichanouski can land that right hand as his opponent's coming in. So it looks like that's the tactic that he's chosen. He's going to sit back and wait for his Bežnaro to come forward and then try and bring him onto that right hand counter.
Yeah, doesn't have to wait for him to come forward too long. He just can't wait to get in there. It's how he's made his name on this night of his debut. And again, short left hook then to the chin from Bežnaro. And this will be a night to remember for him because he could walk off with the biggest payday that he's had so far. The winner takes $15,000 home with him. The same can be said for Krichanouski as well, who figures that he's got some ground to cover in the professional ranks and would like a payday or two of his own. They move on as well, remember, to that grand final with a chance of going for the big check. 50,000 is the amount they could win in the final of the super final, which takes place in December. So for many of these guys, it's the biggest paychecks of their career, which is why they do take it seriously. Slightly more tentative from Bežnaro. We're trying to find his angle, but again, that left hand of his.
Krichanouski just waited too long there, didn't he? And Bežnaro, that was a lovely attack, it really was. Coming forward, fast feet, throwing that left hand to the head. Krichanouski here, he's got to start throwing that right hand as his opponent's coming forward. He's got to get the timing right, but he's been beaten to the punch.
And that's what he was doing to win those fights. He was the one that was beating his opposition to a punch. He was using his jab, he was scoring shots. Unspectacular, but he was doing what he had to do, just enough to win the first two. But he might have to do a bit more here.
Yeah, you see, he's just thrown 2 jabs there that have fallen short. His feet aren't into range, you see. That's his problem. He's falling short with his jab. That's because Bežnaro is just sitting back a little bit. But then he decides to come. He then works in bursts, doesn't he? And that's when Krichanouski has got to start throwing the right-hand counter and getting the timing right as his opponent's coming forward.
Again, there was nothing too conclusive, really. I think Bežnaro landed the best punch in that round. I suppose if you went back and looked at it, maybe Krichanouski possibly scored more.
I would say the first round there went to Bežnaro myself. Yeah. I think he was more effective with his attacks coming forward. There wasn't a lot landed by both boxers, but for me, he just caught the judge's eyes with those attacks. There was nothing really coming back from Krichanouski that made you thought, yeah, he's won that round. So for me, Bežnaro got it.
It's not too often that fighters make their debuts in the glare of the television cameras. And he's acquitted himself to this event very well. And to be fair, Krichanouski has done what he's had to do.
Yeah, Krichanouski through this competition, Tim, he's just done the basics well. He's worked well behind his jab. He does nothing great, but he does the basics well, doesn't he? Works behind the jab, mainly a straight puncher. But against this southpaw opponent, he's got problems. His timing's a little bit off.
So round two then.
Andres Ramdes.
Again, this sort of flurry of flailing arms as Bejenaru just unloads everything he's got in the hope that something is going to catch.
I mean, he takes risks, does Bejenaru, the way he comes forward, because as he throws his left hand, he brings his rear leg through as well, and he becomes very square on. Look at, so he's there to be hit. It's just that his hands are very fast. He seems to surprise his opponent, Krichanouski, and he's not throwing the right hand, is he? So it's good. It's good from Bejenaru. You see what Krichanouski, you see he's beaten to the punch again from Bejenaru. Lovely stuff. What Krichanouski's got to start doing, Tim, is working with his jab and trigger his opponent off, anticipate the attack and then counter.
I suppose at age 37 it's a little difficult if you followed this particular path in most of your fights. If this is the way you've done it, to suddenly find a plan B, not easy, but Bejenaru, once again, he's having the better of the opening minute and a half of this second round. After a tentative beginning, he's worked himself into a position of superiority here.
That's better from Krichanouski. Just work with the jab and just trigger your opponent off. And that's when he should be coming back with the right hand. You see how Bejenaru came forward there, but there was nothing that come back.
He's getting constant coaching from his coach. You can hear in the background is Krichanouski's coach. Inside the final minute then of the second round. Remember, these are only 3-round affairs.
Oh, that's what he doesn't want to be doing. Krichanouski just falling short with an attack like that, because he comes back with the counters, doesn't he, Bejenaru?
Yeah, there were 2 counters landed then, and they were perfectly delivered. And Krichanouski is chasing this round.
Well, he's a skillful man, Bejenaru, and what I like about him, Tim, he'll go on the front foot, he'll actually force the pace and the pressure, but also he can sit back and he can wait for his opponent and he can counter punch. So he can do a little bit of both.
End of the second round.
Well, I can't see how you can give it against Bejenaru again. I think he's done enough to win it.
Round apiece?
Yeah, well, I've got him 2 up actually, but yeah, it could be a round apiece, but in my opinion, it's 2-0.
So Krichanouski has got to come out of his shell a little bit in the third round.
His reactions aren't quick enough, basically. Krichanouski, he's waiting too long. Bejenaru is too fast with these raiding attacks. Krichanouski has got to be more switched on as his opponent's coming forward and be faster with his reflexes, faster with his counter punching. Bit of an anticlimax, actually.
Well, it is actually, only because we seem to hit the heights at the end of the quarterfinals into the semis.
Get Рэйд back on.
Yeah.
He'll show you how it's done.
I was going to say, just that's a reminder for you that you can actually, for any of the fighters that have been defeated tonight, you can actually vote one of them back in to the next event. And if you want to do it, go on to the website to do so.
Well, I'll be putting my vote in.
Рэйд.
Рэйd, he's my man.
3 minutes for Krichanouski to actually do something to get himself into this fight. If it goes the way of the two previous rounds, then Krichanouski, on his debut in a professional ring, he's going to walk off with a check for $15,000 and he will go into the super final.
Forcing the pace again, Krichanouski. But he's quite happy just to sit on his back foot and wait for his opponent to come forward. But if the opponent doesn't, then he'll take up the action and actually go forward. But again, he's winning this round. Okay, he's sitting back now. He's just waiting for his opportunity, and then he comes forward.
Well, he's acquitted himself very well, really. I mean, you've been in this position. I mean, you'll know more than most what it's like to get out and make your debut. It's, you know, under the glare of television cameras, a big check at the end of the night. It's not easy.
Yeah, he's done well here tonight. You wouldn't think he was making his debut. He's boxed, I think, sensibly. Oh, lovely left hand there. But it's that experience as an amateur. You've got to remember he's probably boxed all over the world in a Romanian vest. Probably boxed the best amateurs in the world, the Cubans, the Russians. So he has got experience, a lot of experience from the amateur game.
And there goes the mouth guard again. He's brought Krichanouski a few seconds of respite with well, that 1:20 still to go on the clear and stop the clock.
Mouthpiece is out. We stop the clock. Now we start again.
That little stoppage will have thrown Krichanouski out of his stride.
Again, lovely fast attack there from Krichanouski. Beating his man to the punch. And the problem you've got when you're boxing someone like him is that if you make a mistake, he's very skillful as well, you see. So if you make a mistake, if you fall short with an attack, then he's going to come back with a counter, fast counter. So you've got that added problem. You can't afford to fall short, but also he's very quick off the mark in these fast attacks. That, you know, there's another one.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Set him up with the right, hit him with the left, and down he goes. I mean, he's so quick, you almost can't even see it.
Cracking 1-2 that was, wasn't it? But his fast feet, he was in and out, wasn't he?
Well,
just like what we've been saying, how fast he is, and this fella hasn't been quick enough in reacting to it.
a bit slow showing us a replay. Be good to see a replay of that. Well, now as a no knockdown is the end of the fight, and Krichanouski is, yeah, no, he looks really happy. He knows he's won.
Well, I think he's won all 3 rounds, but maybe 2 rounds to 1. You thought that one of the rounds was close, but to me, he's the winner. I mean, that clinched it as well. Some lovely stuff in that last round. Showed his speed, didn't he? Beat his opponent to the punch.
There he goes.
Left hand, lovely shot. It was the in and out and stuff at the end there for me that was impressive. To produce that speed and that skill at the end.
There it is.
There is that 1-2. That was lovely. Coming up again. 1-2.
1.
Bang. Lovely shot.
Well, he's done a great job. Boundless energy and enthusiasm. Well, he's dominated every one of the fights he's been in tonight. As Lobiev in the opening fight. Moving on into the second fight, into the semi-final. against Pedura. Easily overcame him. He's done the same here.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Who promotes him?
this is the decision, please, now. And the winner takes a $15,000
Gonna get the check out now.
check. He has made his pro debut tonight. After a long amateur career, the winner of Bigger's Better number 7 by unanimous decision from Romania, Krichanouski.
Well, the winner, being guided by Steve Smoker, the referee.
Every fighter to everyone.
And he takes off that check for $15,000. Incredibly proud moment for him.
Yeah. Making his debut, and he's won this tournament. I think he's got a big future. He's only 27. I think there'll be a few people looking at him thinking, you know what, we could do something with him.
There's a few of them sitting there now thinking they... Right, well that is it for Bigger's Better number 7. And he's going to be back for number 8 in a month or so's time, 5 or 6 weeks' time, as they head off for the super final, remember, which is in December. Well, that's it for our coverage then here from Bigger's Better 7 in the Siemens Arena in Vilnius. There is a picture of the victorious champion, Konstantin Bejenaru. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll be back again in about 6 weeks' time. Venue still to be decided. For the moment, from me, Tim Kettle, and from Richie Woodall. Until then, bye-bye for now.